that need to be pushed on? Looks like that's on. Okay. Is that on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, hello. Good afternoon. Welcome. It's wonderful to see everybody. Thanks, everybody, so much for gathering here this afternoon on what, for both of our countries, is a very, very important moment. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to President Osmani, Prime Minister Kurti, Minister Razvanoli, Ambassador Dugoli, members of Congress, partners, colleagues, my team, Sarah, who's done a lot of the work here, well done. Chairman Keating, thank you so much for graciously hosting us today in this beautiful committee room. Some amongst us haven't been here before, so it's a particular honor to be here. We truly appreciate your leadership and commitment to upholding the values that we, the United States, deeply share and hold with all of our friends in Kosovo. Many were involved in reaching this moment, and I would like to particularly recognize the National Coordinator, Lou Mimita, Sarah Olmsted from MCC, and the Kosovo and rest of MCC teams for your tireless efforts over many months, much of which was during the pandemic, to bring us to this moment. Since 2004, MCC has partnered with 49 countries around the world, investing $15 billion in programs to boost economic growth and reduce poverty in low-income and lower-middle-income countries. Those investments are expected to benefit, when they're finished, 215 million people, so a lot. Today, MCC and the government of Kosovo will celebrate the signing of a $202 million compact to address the country's biggest constraint to economic growth, the currently unreliable supply of electricity. In recent years, demand for electricity in Kosovo has far exceeded supply, a problem that is expected to worsen. 4 out of 10 households in Kosovo currently experience some form of energy poverty. But reliable access to power is a crucial element of economic growth and improving living standards for everyone. Whether it's an opportunity to study after the sun sets, receive better care in a hospital, or establish or expand a business, reliable access to power helps make all of it possible. This compact will build on the success of our current $49 million threshold program and continue to address this pressing energy constraint in a number of ways. The primary component is an investment in large-scale battery storage. It will boost flexibility in the country's grid, reduce the cost of securing adequate electricity, and by doing so, help support Kosovo's energy security and facilitate a transition to a more diversified energy future. By increasing the reliability of electricity, once operational, the energy storage project aims to reduce costs by nearly $19 million in just the first year alone. The second component will establish new technical training programs to provide the skills demanded by employers and also help build a diverse and inclusive workforce. Reducing barriers for women to enter the labor market in this sector is critical to its long-term success. We will be also working with the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, the DFC, to encourage private sector investment and involvement also in the battery sector. Importantly, this compact was developed in close partnership with all of our friends at the government of Kosovo and in consultation with civil society and the private sector. For its part, the government of Kosovo will also contribute nearly $35 million, signaling its deep commitment to the overall success of the compact. As with all MCC programs, the compact will be implemented by the Kosovan people. The United States is deeply proud to be able to partner with Kosovo at this important moment when energy security in the region is under increased pressure. We have an opportunity to get this compact right and get energy policy right, and I look forward to working with all of you to ensure that we are providing the Kosovan people with the tools to build a brighter and more sustainable future. And now, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you the Chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Europe, Eurasia, Energy, and the Environment, Congressman Bill Keating. Mr. Congressman.
Well, thank you, Ms. Albright. And as we were sitting waiting, President Osmani asked me, "Now, do you have many ceremonies in this room?" And I said, "To be honest with you, I can't recall any of this nature." And I think it speaks to the importance of today's event, and also the very strong relationship that the House Foreign Affairs Committee, because this is our hearing room, the House Foreign Affairs Committee, in a bipartisan way, the relationship we have with Kosovo. And so I think there couldn't be a better place to celebrate this than the scene we're in today. Again, thank you for your kind introduction, Ms. Albright. Thank you for your team. I don't know if you know, but one of my favorite organizations is the MCC. It just is strategic, and it builds a partnership where both sides are working together. It has accountability, because to move forward, you have to show that kind of commitment is not a one-and-done type of commitment, but it's real. And so I want to thank you for all your hard work. It's a terrific team, and we're proud of the work you do, and it has so much significance. Again, we're here joined with a great leader at the helm, who, again, very proud of your work and thankful personally for the work that you've done and the commitment you have and your ability to see the long-range benefit of the work you do with these important projects. We're also joined, obviously, by President Osmani, Prime Minister Kurti, Dr. Rizvanoli, and Ambassador Dugoli. And I was just recently with the Prime Minister just a few weeks ago here, discussing important issues between our countries and among the countries in the region. I also want to thank Chairman Meeks. This is very disappointing to him that he wasn't here today. He just couldn't for reasons that wouldn't allow him to be here in the Capitol at all. He's back home, and he wanted me to convey in the strongest terms his congratulations on the events today. His leadership in the Foreign Affairs Committee really has paved the way for greater cooperation with all our global partners, and this event highlights his continued leadership in the Balkans, and it's representative of his strong commitment to our partners in the entire region, as well as our transatlantic allies and partners as a whole. Further, I want to emphasize the leadership of former Chairman and committee member that I was fortunate to serve with, Elliot Engel, who is and remains a staunch ally of Kosovo. There's no doubt that his leadership on foreign affairs has enabled economic prosperity in an independent Kosovo. The MCC Compact is just another example of the hard work that continues, that he started, that bears fruit today. Kosovo and the Western Balkans as a region more broadly are vitally important to the fabric of Europe and to the transatlantic community as a whole. The Western Balkans is a region of great prosperity and that has made significant progress since the violent wars that occurred in the 1990s. Further, Kosovo has been a steadfast friend of the United States and has always welcomed Americans' presence in the region. As industries across the United States and Europe continue to realize the economic potential in this region and work to establish closer links within various sectors of the economy, the United States must continue to do all we can to support the foundation necessary for continued economic growth and prosperity in the Balkans and particularly in Kosovo. For this reason, I'm supportive of the partnership like Kosovo's compact with the MCC. This is an important moment. The compact is the largest grant investment in Kosovo's energy sector in the history of the country, and I'm confident that it'll help Kosovo make exceptional strides towards establishing renewable and sustainable energy sources and alleviating energy shortages. Specifically, this grant will bolster energy security by expanding energy storage capacity in Kosovo. Energy storage is an increasingly important capability to support the necessary renewable energy production in our global green transition. Further, this grant will support the development of a new cohort of skilled, young leaders in the energy sector, with a particular focus on increasing the participation of women in the industry. Finally, this grant provides the necessary framework for greater foreign investment in Kosovo's energy market in an effort to speed the rate of energy independence within the country. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, friends of Kosovo, it's an honor and a privilege to witness the signing of this compact, an important agreement between two friends and partners. I look forward to the expeditious implementation of this project and will continue to remain a champion of these efforts. There can be no doubt Kosovo is one of the United States' strongest and most steadfast partners, a partnership that we must continue to advance and continue to invest in. This compact will help do just that, ensure the strength of Kosovo's energy security while enhancing the ability to build a strong and vibrant workforce. I want to again thank everyone for being here, congratulate MCC and the country of Kosovo on this outstanding compact. I would now like to introduce President Osmani, who will provide some opening remarks. President Osmani, the floor is yours. And the microphone isn't. Let's see if we can do that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness. Dear Prime Minister Kurti, dear Chairman Keating, dear MCC Chief Executive Officer Ms. Albright, dear Minister Isvanoli, Ambassador Dugoli, members of our teams, dear representative of the State Department, Mr. Escobar, members of the House, dear ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for welcoming us to this remarkable building, which carries out so much history. A building which is a synonym of hope, hard work, and ambition. And it has especially been a synonym of hope for the people of Kosovo, speaking on behalf of us during some very, very difficult times. I'm truly delighted to be with you in the Congress of the United States, in the very same institution that had a pivotal role and gave a substantial contribution for our freedom and independence and continues to support us to this very day. The Republic of Kosovo, a sovereign, thriving democracy, and a prospering economy, is proud and humbled to have the United States of America by its side. You'll hear us repeating time and time again that the United States is our strongest ally and that our two countries and our two people enjoy a unique bond as well as a genuine partnership that has stood the test of time. This ceremony confirms once again what this relationship is all about. It is about standing for each other and being there for one another in good as well as in bad times. Today, the United States, through the MCC, reconfirms its steadfast support for our young republic and its readiness to help us further advance economically and thrive sustainably. Standing by our side today and supporting us in our efforts to embrace a successful, inclusive, and resilient energy transition means to strategically build up on so much so that we can achieve together even more throughout the years. Facing the challenges of the energy transition, designing the right policies, preparing the workforce for the needs of the future, but most importantly, safeguarding and guaranteeing energy security remains some of the challenges that are keeping so many awake at night. In the light of the security developments in Europe and consequently around the world, the smart and timely interventions in the energy sector at this time could turn into the greatest legacy of our generation. Now is the time for us to do things better, to adopt smarter policies, and to embrace the challenges of the situation by turning them into an opportunity that changes the course of action towards a cleaner, safer, and greener future. Kosovo is ready to embrace this future, and I wholeheartedly thank you for being part of this immensely important journey. Today we are witnesses of what hard work, consistency, and dedication can achieve. Our institutions, jointly with the MCC team, designed the compact program that will help address some of the most pressing issues of our energy sector. The $236.7 million agreement, which is the single biggest energy investment in our country for decades now, will help to create flexibilities and stability in the electricity network, enabling greater integration of intermittent generation, as well as develop skills that will contribute to strengthening the participation and engagement of our women in the energy sector and in the job market. Practically, this compact agreement will bring us closer to building the energy system that meets the needs of the future. It embraces innovation, it guarantees affordability, and it promotes inclusivity. I am happy to see that women are put at the center of this action, hence conveying the important message about their utterly important role in the successful development of the energy sector, and not only. For all this and for everything that follows in the days and years to come, I want to thank every single person in both our teams that's been part of meetings, exchanges, and negotiations, and that has made a direct contribution to making this cooperation a success story. Thank you, Chairman Keating. Thank you, Ms. Albright. Thank you to everyone that is present here today, as well as others for hosting us and as such conveying a clear message that this program is as important to the U.S. Congress as it is to the Kosovo institutions and its people. I also want to thank Chairman Meeks, also he is not here today, for everything he's done to make this a reality. A big thank you to CEO Albright and to the entire MCC team, to everyone in DC, to the State Department, but as well to everyone in Kosovo for supporting us and backing an agreement which, on top of addressing some of the pressing challenges we face today, it also builds up on the substantial and important work of remarkable individuals and some of the dearest friends of Kosovo. One whom we particularly cherish and miss today is precisely your beloved mother, dear Alice, the late former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright. Since we dedicate almost every joint success to her, I also want to dedicate it today. I am deeply convinced that she would have been very, very proud of this joint achievement of the people of Kosovo and the people of the United States. And I also want to profoundly thank President Biden, Secretary Blinken, and many officials from the US government from both parties for backing this project and as such helping Kosovo to accelerate its energy transition path towards a sustainable, inclusive, reliable, and affordable future. The work thus far has been outstanding, and we look forward with great excitement to everything that is yet to be delivered. God bless the Republic of Kosovo, God bless the United States of America, and our ironclad partnership. Thank you very much.
Dear Madam President Osmani, dear Chairman Keating, dear members of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, dear members of Congress assembled here today, dear Ms. Albright, dear Minister Isvanoli, dear Ambassador Lugoli, dear State Department Representative Mr. Escobar, dear friends and partners. Today is a historic day for Kosovo and the United States, as it signifies our strong partnership based on shared values and goals. It is a landmark day in Kosovo's efforts to build a reliable, clean, and secure energy future. Since the beginning of our government mandate, the Millennium Challenge Corporation has become one of our closest partners. It is providing one of the largest investments in the history of our country, and has worked with us through the entire process to ensure that every last cent of the grant is spent on a program that will truly and at length benefit all of our citizens. This close cooperation puts Kosova at the forefront of innovative solutions in the energy sector, and the program's worth is amplified by the challenging times we live in. We work together on practical terms to develop long-standing projects to improve our security of energy supply and our path toward decarbonization. We also stand together in well-aligned democratic values against one of the key factors which aggravate this crisis, the unjustified Russian aggression against Ukraine, as well as against peace and security in Europe. The signing of this agreement comes at the pivotal moment in Kosova's energy sector. Firstly, our new energy strategy 2022-2031, for the first time in our country's history, paves our path toward a decarbonized future with Kosovo citizens at its center. Secondly, by the end of this year, we will launch the first auction for solar energy in our country. Thirdly, we are working on aligning youth skills with market needs and promoting women's employment, both with high priorities for our government. This compact program is essential to achieving all these goals. Through the compact program grant and our systematic efforts, we are working intensively towards guaranteeing reliable and affordable energy supply for all. Supply that will promote the environmental agenda and at the same time lead our socioeconomic transformation as part of a just energy transition. We are here today in this special ceremony due to the excellent leadership of Ms. Albright and Minister Isvanoli, who will be signing the agreement today. The signing ceremony is the celebration of the hard work and dedication of both our teams. I'm happy to inform you that the agreement we are signing today will be presented to the Parliament for ratification tomorrow. Though I must admit I'm a little sad that it will be so soon that Minister Isvanoli and I will miss one of the rare occasions when the opposition supports our stance. Missing us, of course, I'm sure that they will be saddened as well. Dear friends, our economy needs a real and rich democracy. Our democracy needs a strong and growing economy, and our economy needs energy. That is why the Republic of Kosovo is immensely grateful to MCC and the United States of America for standing by our side and aiding us to implement investments based on shared interests. Yet again, we are not united only in our interests, but also in our values. This makes for a firm and lasting bond between our countries and our people. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm David Price, the chairman of the House Democracy Partnership, and I've been invited to interject a few words, which I'm always happy to do, particularly on an occasion such as this. This is a wonderful celebration of the signing of this compact that's been long in the making of working out the terms and making sure everything was in order, but also long in the making in the sense of many years now of American friendship and support with the people of Kosovo, the leaders of Kosovo, and a remarkable reciprocation of that affection and that support from the people of Kosovo whenever we've visited or had occasion to engage. The House Democracy Partnership is a bipartisan commission of the House of Representatives that engages directly with parliaments in developing democracies. And by engaging, I don't mean just having visits. I mean engaging in terms of mutual interest, our mutual interest in parliamentary performance, parliamentary effectiveness. We often say that free and fair elections, of course, are a wonderful hallmark of democracy, but it's equally or more important what happens between elections, because it's between elections that countries either form representative institutions that reflect the will of all of the people and act on them effectively, or that doesn't happen. And when that doesn't happen, democracy is in trouble. So Kosovo, I'm proud to say, was we were the first delegation. Our House Democracy Partnership group was the first delegation to visit Kosovo after independence. We claim that. And we have visited many times since. We've had many reciprocal visits. We have had conferences with staff members, others who support the parliament. And we've engaged on this quest to make our parliamentary institutions work better, something we're not very self-righteous about these days here. It's a work in progress always for all of us. We may have different challenges, but we all are engaged in the difficult task of making democracy work, making representative government work, making sure that our people's needs are responded to. I don't know of a higher calling than that. And we try to communicate that to our colleagues in Kosovo, North Macedonia, other countries in the region. And we've certainly always had eager partners in Kosovo. So, Madam President, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm very happy to join this distinguished group today, friends of Kosovo from various aspects of our Washington establishment, and to congratulate you, to express high hopes. We always celebrate when an HDP partner signs an MCC agreement. And fortunately, there have been a good many of those, and this one is a good one. This one will have a huge impact on energy development, clean energy deployment, the development of good jobs, especially for women. That's been well rehearsed here today, and we celebrate with you this achievement and look forward to many more years of engagement with the Parliament and the people of Kosovo, and many more years of friendship between our countries as Kosovo joins the family of Western democracies and does so with distinction. Thank you very much.
Thank everybody for wonderful remarks. And again, I want to take an opportunity to thank every team member on both sides that has really been working so hard on a daily basis on all the details. I know, having now been at the agency for a few months, how many details there are on both sides, both our government partners as well as my colleagues, to reach moments like this. So just a huge congratulations and deep thanks. Well done, Sarah and everybody on your team. So let me now invite us to sign. Please, Minister, you and I will go sign. I think we have some colleagues from our Office of General Counsel who will help exchange papers to make sure we do it all in the right place. And then we'll go from there. But it's wonderful to get to be with you up here. Please. So can you guide us so you don't make mistakes? And then, please, Prime Minister, President, please.
It'll still work.
Okay, so we should sign and then change. Yes? Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, please. Okay, now we do this. Smile.
Lots of smiles. Can we take one photo with the... Okay, everybody look right here. Everybody look right here real fast. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Great. Thank you guys very much. Thank you.
I'll take care of them. Okay, very good. Congratulations.
Right here, right here.
So please join us. I see Lenny, I see you over there. It's hot outside. Please join us so we can raise a toast.
Oh, the program is supposed to go on.
Last-
Usually 10, 15 minutes. Because you don't want